Good morning. Now we are going to see about the estimation of barium chloride by conductometric titration. We also do the same estimation by volumetric experiment. We need indicator as well as we are not getting an accurate value. The reason is we are finding the end point of the reaction by noting the color changes at the end of the reaction. But due to the presence of precipitate which is available in the solution, makes a somewhat trouble in the noting the end point of the reaction. So color change will not be noted accurately. So that problem can be overcome by using the conductometric titration. This is a conductivity meter and these are the knobs to set the temperature, and here it is used for adjusting it. And while we have to calibrate, we have to use this now, and this is for fixing the cell constant, and then these knobs are using to help the amount of current which has to be supplied to the sample solution. Okay, for this barium chloride estimation, I have set the cell constant, temperature, etc. is in a good form, and I am taking standard sodium sulfate in the burette. Okay, I have to take that standard solution, rinse the burette and fill up to the 0 mark. Okay, and then I am going to find out the amount of barium chloride. For that purpose, I am rinse the pipette with the barium chloride solution and then pipetted out 20 ml of that solution. To this solution, I have to add 20 ml of distilled water to this with some keen attention is required so that the solution should not be spill it out. And then I take the glass rod, so wash the glass rod and keep it in the beaker. This is for stirring the solution. Okay, we have to stir the solution and you have to keep here. And then this is the conductivity cell. So while we have to take out the conductivity cell, we have to wash it with the distilled water. You can see these are all the two electrodes which is fixed in a proper position, and the amount of solution in which we are going to estimate, we have to insert. Okay, now we have to wait for 2 to 3 minutes for settling. That is a calibration of the cell. So now only we are inserting the cell into that so that it takes some time. Okay, why we are adding this 20 ml distilled water? Because if the 20 ml of the sample we have to take, the quantity is very limited, but the cell electrode cannot be immersed completely into the solution, so it will lead to error. So in order to make it a complete immersion of that electrode into the solution, we are adding the 20 ml of the distilled water, which does not contain any ions, so it will not affect our estimation. Okay, so now the time is enough, and we have to note down the reading which is shown in the instrument. So this is the amount of conductance of the barium chloride which we taken in the beaker. So I can note at the reading without adding the sodium sulfate. So before we have to start this experiment, we have to draw a tabular column like this, and then which contains serial number and then volume of Na2SO4 bracket unit ml, conductance mho. So you have to get ready before you have to start the reading. So for 0 reading, that is without addition of this sodium sulfate, so I make it as a 0, and what is the reading that I got, I noted down. And then add 1 ml of the burette solution. And then stir the solution. Now you see that there is a white precipitate which is appeared in the beaker. Why this is happening? Because of Because of that, sodium sulfate reacted with barium chloride forms barium sulfate, which is an insoluble precipitate. That is why you are notice that a white color precipitate. Okay. So now what happens to the conductance? The conductance is decreasing because the fast moving chloride ion is replaced by the slow moving sulfate ion, and moreover it is in the precipitate, it is not in the ion form. So automatically the conductance start decreasing. So you have to, when we can see the reading, you can notice it clearly. So in volumetric titration, we are continuously added the burette solution into the conical flask. There you can find out the endpoint by the direct color change which is happening. But here we are not using any indicator. We are just add 1 ml of the burette solution at each stage and stir the solution for complete mixing. And then note down the reading. At the beginning, the conductance starts decreasing, but once the endpoint has been reached, what happens to the conductance? It will start increasing because we don't know exactly where is the completion of the reaction, that is the endpoint. Okay, but we are continuously adding the burette solution. Once the reaction is completed, but we don't know the endpoint, we are still adding the burette solution. So what happens? The unreacted burette reagent into the beaker, that is the sodium sulfate, which contains the sulfate ion, now it is available, and which carries some amount of current. After the endpoint, only few number of sulfate ion, so only a limited conductance, and then we are keep on adding the sulfate ion, so more number of sulfate ion is increasing, and then the conductance will also be increasing. So likewise you have to add burette reagent. But one condition we have to keep in mind, that is the burette solution you have taken must be higher concentration than the estimated solution, because suppose if it is diluted, it requires more volume of the burette solution to complete the endpoint. If so, the volume of the solution in the beaker will also be increasing, and sometimes after some extent we can't able to keep the solution constant. That is, there may be a chance of spilling out. We are not able to stir it properly. So we have to take a 10-fold times concentration greater than the estimation solution. So we have already taken nearly 12 readings. This is the reading which I am going to record for 13 ml. So at each ml, what will be the reading? At the beginning, you are marking it as 0 because we are not adding any burette solution, so it is 0. But once you are added 1 ml, you have to write it as 1. And what is the reading? But next to one addition, will you should write like it as a 2 because already 1 ml you have added. Now you are adding the next to 1 ml. So 1 plus 1, 2. Okay. Then for 2 ml, what is the reading? You have to note it down. Then add 1 ml. Now 2 plus 1, it becomes 3. Likewise, we have to write it as 0 ml, 1 ml, 2 ml, 3 ml, like that up to 20 ml, you have to take down the reading. Okay. And then how would you find out the end point of the reaction? We have to draw the graph. From the graph only we can able to get the end point. So for that purpose you have to draw the graph. How would you draw the graph? You have to take volume of the Biuret solution in the x-axis and conductance in the y-axis. So volume you have to write 1 ml, 2 ml. You have to set the scale as a 1 ml difference. Okay. Is it clear? I have recorded all the 20 ml readings. Now I have to take a graph sheet and then in the graph sheet, in the x-axis, you can take the graph like this. If this is x-axis, volume of a Biuret solution in the x-axis and the conductance in the y-axis. So you have to keep in mind one thing. The reading should not exceed 3/4 of the graph. Okay, that is up to this level and up to this level. So in this way you have to plan so that you can get a good accuracy. Okay, so what is the lowest reading and what is the highest reading? Note that according to that 0.5 difference or 1 ml difference of conductance taken in the y-axis and point the reading exactly with by using the pencil and then you have to draw a straight line. So you have to once mark it and you have to adjust the scale in such a way that you have to get a straight line which contains a maximum number of points. You should take care. You see here, the two straight lines intersect at this point. So this is our end point. So you have to draw this total lines towards the x-axis and what will be the volume you are getting it. So that is the end point. So note down this reading and you have to do the calculation and we have to find out the amount of barium chloride present in the given sample. In that corner, you have to write the scale. X-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 ml. Y-axis 1 centimeter is equal to 1 mole. Like that, you have to draw the scale here. Write it and then you can